everyone. I'm Amanda McCarthy, the sports dietitian with Children's Hospital Colorado Sports Medicine Center. I'm here today as part of your Healthy Huddle speaker series to talk to you about some healthy lunch ideas. So today we're going to be making turkey avocado roll-ups. What I like about this recipe is it's super fast and easy to make, and it's also really tasty and it's versatile. So we're going to make the turkey avocado roll-up pretty simple with just turkey and avocado with some side items. And we'll talk about how this is a balanced meal, but what I love about it is it's just really, really fast and easy, which I know a lot of parents and athletes can use whenever they're preparing meals. So we're going to start with a tortilla as our roll-up. I'm just using a whole wheat tortilla. I personally like whole wheat tortillas. They're a little bit higher in fiber. They have a little bit more protein than a white flour tortilla would have. However, the recommendation for whole grains is that your athlete get at least half of their grains from whole grains. So if your athlete really doesn't like whole wheat tortillas, but they'll do whole wheat pasta or a whole grain bread, you don't need to fight about the tortilla. It's okay if they just want to have the white flour tortilla. Or another option for a different whole grain would be a corn tortilla. And so that's going to make a smaller roll up. So you're going to need several of those. But doing a whole grain or a white is fine. Just stick with that recommendation of at least half of your grains from whole grains. So we're going to start by adding our turkey. So I've just got a low sodium deli turkey that I'm adding. So I'm just going to add a couple slices on here. Depending on how old your athlete is and how big of an appetite they have, you can add more or less turkey based on your preferences. So I'm just going to add 2 slices, 2.5, into the middle of my wrap here. Turkey is going to be our dense protein source for this meal, and it's also going to be contributing some iron to the meal. Next, we're going to cut our avocado in half. Now, avocados, you can tell they're ripe when they are just a little squishy. They're a little soft when you squeeze them. If they really squish in when you squeeze them, they're probably a little overripe. This one's a little underripe because it's pretty firm. But you'll have a side with a pit after you cut it in half and then a side without the pit. For safety purposes, we're going to use the side without the pit. And we're just going to cut a few slices down that avocado. And then a trick I like to use is using a spoon to scoop it out. That makes it a little easier to get those pieces out. And for your avocado, you can use as much, again, as you or your athlete likes. I'm going to be using a quarter of this avocado here. Avocados are really high in potassium. They're a great source of fiber. They're a good healthy fat source. And they also make meals taste really good. Actually, as I look at that, we're going to do a half an avocado. That doesn't seem like enough. This is a little guy. Okay, so once we get this part added in, we've got fat, we've got protein, and we've also got carbohydrate from our tortilla. So we've really got some good starting components to our meal. We really need to add in the color, which we're going to talk about next. With this, though, if you wanted to add spinach or tomatoes or sprouts or anything like that to this wrap, you could absolutely add it. Or you can just leave it like this as a really simple, non-complex wrap because we're going to add sides to it. So we're just going to roll that up and then that wrap is ready for us to go. Set our cutting board to the side. Let's talk about our other sides we're adding to this. So a wrap alone is usually not enough food for a young athlete when they're going to school. So we want to add in some extra items. So I've chopped up some strawberries here. We're going to add that on the side as our color. That's an important component of the plate. Usually the color piece of the plate is anywhere from a quarter to a half of the plate. So you can see this covers about a quarter of our plate. Strawberries in particular are really high in vitamin C. And so it's a great source to add in, which helps with iron absorption from the turkey. It also helps act as an antioxidant in our body. So it helps to fight any damage that happens from our exercise, which is pretty normal. I've got some pretzels here as well. Because again, if we have a pretty highly active athlete, they're going to need a little bit more carbohydrate. So we would add pretzels on another quarter of our plate here. And then we also have some hard-boiled eggs. So again, if your athlete doesn't want a ton of turkey in their wrap, we can add a couple eggs on the side to add a little bit more protein. So these hard-boiled eggs are great because they not only add protein, but you get a little bit of healthy fat from the yolk. And eggs are one of the only foods that contain a nutrient called choline that's really, really good for brain development. So I love adding eggs in as a protein source because they're affordable, they taste delicious, and we could add some little salt and pepper packets on the side to add some flavor to these eggs as well. So this would be our very easy, fast meal that you could make for your athlete. Again, you can switch out the strawberries for something easy like grapes. You could do pineapple instead. You could really change up that fruit however you like. You could even change up the fat in your wrap if you don't want to do avocado. You could do cheese as an option in there as well. But there you have it. If you have questions, you're welcome to contact me at sportsnutrition@childrenscolorado.org. And I hope you enjoy your wrap.